Hey YouTube, Marty Golden, Fly Creek Kennels. Just came out here tonight with Vita. I want to kind of show you guys how I like to introduce my dogs to a live bird. So I use a pigeon. And the first step really that I'm not going to show you tonight, I have the advantage, I've got a pigeon pen. And I like to take the dogs over there, kind of let them walk around the pigeon pen and see the pigeons and get kind of excited about them. So that's how I like to start the process. If you at home have some pigeons that you can work with, maybe you put them in a little dog crate or pigeon basket or something like that to try to get the dogs to see the birds and get a little excited about them, get them a little worked up about them. That's always the first way I like to try and check to see if my dog is birdie. And if they are, to try to get excited about the situation. So anyway, next step is to take the bird, bring it out in my bird bag here. I like to clip the flight feathers off of the bird on one wing only. That keeps the bird from flying too far away, and it gives the dog a chance to kind of chase the bird and get excited. So the tools that I'm using here today, I just got the dog on a check cord. She's on her light fine choke chain, and the reason I have that on her is to kind of control her. I don't want her to really hurt the bird. I don't want her to start tearing at the bird and pulling the bird apart. Not really sure how this is going to go. Haven't had her on a live bird. So I want to err on the side of caution and have my tools available to keep her from really damaging the bird. The other thing I should point out is she has been on frozen pigeons. So she's had feathers in her mouth before, and that could be one extra step that you take in order to get the dog familiar with having a bird that's not moving in their mouth. Like, this is important to do. We're not always going to be able to kill our birds on the first shot, and so dogs are going to have to learn to deal with live birds, and especially in a pheasant hunting situation where a lot of birds will go down and they'll run and the dog has to chase after them and learn to deal with the pressure of the bird fluttering in their face, or maybe trying to push back at them a little bit or try and get away. So without further ado, let's try this out. All right guys, so the first thing I like to do is hold the bird's clipped wing in my hand and just kind of use the other wing to flutter a little bit, get the dog excited about it. She's already locked in on the bird and pretty darn jacked about seeing it, so that's a really good sign. Happy about that. And then again, we're just going to kind of let the lead slide through my hand and give her a little throw, get her kind of excited and let it fly. Good, Vita. Good. There's a good girl. Here. Just keeping that check cord close. That way if she starts to get a little out of hand with it, I got a way to control it. All right. Yeah, no, she's excited now. This is all a great sign. All a really good sign. Good. There you go. And a lot of you guys might think, oh, well, shouldn't she have done this as a young puppy? And you can do that with your dogs. I'm not against that. Drop. I chose not to do it with her. Sometimes I worry that if you do this too soon, believe it or not, you can kind of make them crazy for birds. She had a lot of good desire at a young age, so I didn't feel like it was necessary to get her to go nuts about live birds. She was retrieving dead pigeons at a young age and some dead ducks and things like that. Okay, hey. And now we're here. We're just doing it at this age. So, if you are going to do it with a young dog, I wouldn't do it a lot. Drop. I would assess the situation, see how the dog's doing with it. If you've got a really soft dog, you have to be careful not to discourage them. And if you've got a really wild dog, again, you got to be careful not to teach them to tear up birds. There it is. Good. So I'm really drop. Really, really happy with these results. So this is a great first day with her. I might do this again, but honestly, this is really all I'm trying to do is assess how she's going to react to a bird moving, fluttering a little bit, taking off, and her desire is really, really good. This also might be counter to what a lot of you do, but I don't do a lot of live flyers with my dogs either, because again, it teaches them that overexcitement. As long as I know my dogs are going to pick up live birds, I will use them in training, but not that often, believe it or not. So anyway, like, subscribe, make sure you're following all the videos that we're putting together for you, and go get your dog and go get a pigeon. Okay, hey. A girl, Vita.